Good morning, this is Rick with Travel with Rick and D. This morning, before it gets to be 105, I had planned on, and will do, the recoating of my rubber seals around all my slides, and actually recoating my tires so that they don't start cracking with their $556 a piece. They're an H-rated tire on a 9,000 pound rated axle, and I'm also at the same time going to lube up my slide rails underneath and make sure the gears are all lubed up. I try to do this at least twice a year. So on that note, I'll get busy. I use a 3-in-1 slide out lubricant seal, and if I don't use that, I use this slide out rubber seal, which is a foam. Everything you need to do this job is right here in front of you with a 6-foot ladder. And on that note, I'll get busy. So, as you can see, you spray this rubber sealant and lubricant onto your seals. Let it sit for a little bit. When it starts to run like crazy is when I just wipe it in to the seal and push it in easily, so that it lubricates the whole thing. And this is important really to do, because if you let it go and these things dry rot on you, it's not the easiest thing to have them replaced. And you will find out it is never and not very cost effective for your pocketbook. If you excuse me for a minute, I'm going up on the top run, and I'm going to hit the seals up on the top, and for the most part on the top seals, I just let this dry on. And if you look inside these seals, here's another set. I usually don't do those. As you can see, this is the top of the slide out, and you should be able to see the difference between where it stopped shining and where it is shining, which means that is where the sealant has been applied. On that note, I'm going to head down and go apply the stuff to the other side. There's also a rubber sealant on the front of your slide out that goes up against your major unit, or your fifth wheel, whatever you want to call it. So actually, don't neglect him, because he's just as important as all the other rubber products that you have on your fifth wheel. And on that note, I got one more little area to do up here that I neglected, and then I'll get into these tires. On this application, on these Goodyear G114 H-rated tires, I'll use a foaming action and then wipe them down, and I'll give them 2 good coats, because these things really get neglected out here. This is Rick. Underneath the unit, I have just done the tires, and when I finish with this slide out rail, I have to remember there's another side to the tires, so I gotta crawl underneath this thing. But for right now, if you apply a lubricant to your rails, in the gears that bring them in, it's something you should do on a regular basis. Here I am on the other side of the fifth wheel, taking care of the tires over here. Tires are an important thing. Try not to slack on them. They will cost you a small fortune when you go to replace them if you have the proper equipment on your fifth wheel, which is an H-rated tire, and those barely ever blow up. So here I am up on the top of the kitchen slide that goes down through the living room, and I'm on the top, and as you can see, the rubber seal has curled inward, and I am in the process of pulling it out with this rake handle. And if you watch, as the rake handle goes down, the rubber comes out. I'll have to get the other piece from the other side. But you want that so that it lays flush like this, not so it goes underneath. Underneath will cause leaks and problems and insects. Well, this is Rick from Travel with RickandD, letting you know that I have just completed this task, and in completing this, I found out one of my rubber seals on the top and the back has come away from the unit itself, which is good, because this is what you do, is you find this stuff while you're doing the preventive maintenance, and it stops the whole thing from coming down and then having to replace the whole thing. So once this silicone based rubber conditioner that I just put on all the way around takes its course, I will go up there with some PL 400 or some construction adhesive and glue that piece back on. And on that note, I went through 1 can of rubber conditioner seal, went into the second for 3 slides. A bedroom slide, which is small, and then the 2 back slides, which are twice the size, and one of them almost 3 times the size as the bedroom. I went through 1 can of rubber conditioner for my tires and my shocks. Anything that had the rubber, any kind of rubber pieces underneath there, I treated. And 1 cloth, and an orange shirt that I probably shouldn't have worn today while I was crawling around under the fifth wheel, which will soon be in the laundry. And on that note, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. I'm doing stuff on this thing on a regular basis, and that's what it takes to keep them looking new and to keep them running new. Thanks again from RickandD, and I'll see you on the road.
Thank you for watching our videos. We hope you enjoy them. We upload new videos every week.
So don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to our channel, Travel with RickandD. Until next time, see you on the road.